It was the fall of 1973, and one evening my wife received a phone call from her best friend who said that she knows a Doug Sonier who is graduating from Rider and is looking for a job. The resume came in, the interview happened, and we hired Doug.
My first impression is he's very professional, likable, easygoing, smart, very, very intelligent.
I was very impressed with the fact that he just seemed to fit in with the culture of the firm.
Doug has been part of the management committee of the firm almost from day one, so a lot of the growth could be attributed to his tenure and his input.
Doug Sonier brings a lot of experience, being that he was the first employee of WithumSmith+Brown. And he brings a lot of life, a lot of opportunities, and I was lucky enough to be part of that for the past 15 years.
Doug's one of the better golfers of the firm, and one thing where he is competitive for sure is on the golf course. He loves his golf.
My father took up the game of golf when I was about 10, 12 years old. My brother, who's a couple of years older than me, him and I quickly picked up the game just by hitting plastic balls around the neighborhood.
Doug always says, you know, the courses are real easy if you hit the ball straight. So I've always kind of taken that to heart.
One of the great rivalries what I've had playing golf is with Dan, Tom, and Andy. We had some great matches over the years.
Over the years, my swing has changed a bit, and Doug is pretty steady. I think out of the four of us, he's probably the steadiest of the four. One
of the nice things when we get together as partners, we have a great time. We work hard and play hard.
Is he the best putter in the world? No. No, he's... Sorry, Doug, but I don't consider you a good putter.
Even though he's serious about the game, he knows when to tone it down a little bit and have a good time with whoever he's playing with.
He's a great golfer, and everyone should have a chance to golf with him.
I actually came on board as an intern, and here I am 40 years later, still with the firm. Pretty neat, huh?
With the benefit of hindsight, we can look back and say, gee, we made a lot of subconscious decisions about people who we hired, and Doug was probably the first great decision that we made.
Doug was very instrumental in helping us set up where the firm is going to be.
He lets people take control of where they want to go, or leaves them alone per se, and he has high expectations though. He expects people to get the jobs done when they're supposed to be done.
Doug was always highly respected, He was in everybody's cubes, always helping out. He always made sure everybody understood where he was coming from.
I think Doug's perfect day is you get up, have a little breakfast, play golf, have a little lunch, play another round of golf, sit down with a six-pack of Bud and watch the Phillies.
I'm a beer drinker. Wine doesn't sit too well with me.
We all went out to a pretty fancy restaurant, and they put a wine list on the table, and a lot of people know that I'm a big wine guy. Ended up being a long production. They didn't have one of the bottle of wines there, so we made this whole big deal of this trying to order a bottle of wine, and Doug was sitting to my left, and finally we got it done. We got the bottle of wine, and then the waiter went over to Doug and said, "Sir, what about you?" Doug kind of leans over to me and goes, "Watch this, this is easy. Budweiser."
Doug is going to enjoy slowing down a bunch and not doing as much accounting work. He'll enjoy traveling, he'll enjoy playing golf, and I just wish him well with that.
For Doug, he spent 40 years at WithumSmith+Brown, put all his life into it, and I hope for the next 40 years he just simply enjoys life.
When you look at Doug, and I look at him as being somebody who's, Mr. WithumSmith+Brown, obviously he came to the firm as the firm had his infancy. And to lose that, you're missing something.
I just wish them all the best of luck, and I know they'll have it. They really don't need luck to succeed. They just need to keep doing what they're doing.